Okay, I'm back with another paranormal side. So, yesterday, we made it to another day. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I think it's better for me to load the game. Okay, so we're with Richter. Okay. So just before that, just a moment before that. Okay. So, as you know that So in this timeline, Shogo was killed. Okay, so I'm not sure which timeline is it. Is it when he's awakened as a curse bearer? And if no, either way he's gonna die. Okay, so which path is it? Okay, and even if so, if you where is the Whispering Canal? Okay, like where did that curse go? Or did like this it disappear when Shogo died? We're not really sure about that, okay? So then, right now we're focusing on three, Harue, Tetsuo, and Yako. The three of them, they made it through the night. Basically, Harue just relies on Richter, while he, Tetsuo, basically, he did quite a lot because he gained three when we're playing as him, he managed to get three curse stones, okay? And Yako seems that she still have her own, okay? But still she's with Mio, the girl that they have been using as a thumbnail for the last 2 days, okay? And basically now like they join forces, Tetsuo and Yako, okay? Both of them they join forces and like because what's scary is, okay, let's go for self-interest. Fumichika Nejima is up to his, no good. Like basically, he's starting a killing spree again, and there's a chance that this guy, okay, Makoto Ashimiya is actually Fumichika Nejima, okay, because like here it seems like he's a bit chubby and stuff, but think about it, he's in the prison for 20 years. So he may have lose a lot of weight and stuff. Okay, so I can't say much for now. Okay, but it's easy to say that he's a curse bearer, and he could be Fumichika Nejima. Okay, Fumichika Nejima, it says that he's holding the. Okay, let me load a while. Okay, we load a while, and then maybe we can see something. Okay, let's open up the files. Nejima murder case, notes on known curse bearer. Okay, here it is. Okay, so there's a chance that the one-sided read. Okay, one-sided read is a story about. Let's bring it up. One-sided read. It's basically like a stalker chase after a woman and chop off one side of their limbs. So like chop off maybe the left side, maybe the right side. I'm not sure. Okay, so and that's why like that's the reason why the reeds that grow here only grow on one side. That's a lot of things that we that at first we don't know, and it's been revealed to us, but at the same time more mysteries have been thrown into the mix. Okay, so with that said, let's continue. He appears to be wary of these police officers. Maybe the police really do have something against private investigators, just like in those detective novels. Thanks. Two people have died, a teacher named Kohei Kujonochi and a student, Michiyo Shiraishi. Oh yeah, Richter thinks that before to initiate this like Feast of Shadow, where like at night they kind of boost the power of the curse, like maybe something needs to be done. So for me, and if based on that, I think like some sacrifice needs to be made, and maybe Michio was the Michio and the other policeman, Hajime Yoshimi, the police officer that died before, and Michio, these two, they are used as like a sacrifice to bring to invoke the Feast of Shadows. I'm not sure, but that's my logical guess for now. Is there anything else to be gained here? Fine. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about curses. I can ask around and see what the students have. Inquire. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. I'm back, ma'am. So what did you learn? The school kids sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Jonuchi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought. But there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Jonuchi. Really? The story got 2 pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently, he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumbling and told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose? Rumor that juicy don't stay a secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtail girl in her school uniform was seen around school late last night. Go on. Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, but not one of them saw the face. Some are proposing that it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girls who wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flame. But if it were true... Oh, I want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student address on hand. That's an amazing find. I believe all the students actually have a copy of that list. It truly worries me how easy it is to obtain what should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no? Sure, let's hope it stays that way. Wait, is that how Fumichika Nejima got his, his hands on Tetsuo's daughter? Even though, the daughter is in a university? Quite worrisome. In the meantime, it's not possible for us to visit Michio Shiraichi's house. Okay, let's see what else. The news had attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. School gate. It seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. Oh, they move around. I can imagine the students are uneasy after learning of the murder. It may do them well to stay at home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health. I can see that. Okay, I think that's all we can get from here. We can go to Michio's house. Let's go and check it out. Maybe they have some information on it. How did it go? I want to visit Michio Shiraichi's family home, however. No one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door, and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspaper out front. Huh? Hi. I've never liked this messy and cluttered back streets. They give me the jitters every time. It's reassuring to have someone as strong as tall as Richter accompany me. He looks so unfazed. I suppose the detective is used to this kind of thing, always investigating and chasing criminals. I wouldn't be cut out for it. I don't understand why no one's come to this house, even after Michio committed suicide. I wonder if this place is okay. Oh yeah, by the way, they assume that Michio was rammed by a car. But the thing is that why they didn't put that as an accident is because like there's no brake marks. So in other words, like the car was speeding and didn't stop at all. Okay. I wonder if this place is okay. Surrounding. It's a bit quieter over here. It is a residential area after all. All these rundown row houses really scream working class, don't they? Stickers. I don't think there's any. Oh well. Picture. Okay, it's the same thing. Let's talk to them. Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out the Shiraishi reputation really went down the dump this past year. Is that so? I'll give you the quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. Michio's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in turn. So far so good. What happened? Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized as Toshiko's common law husband has moved into the household. His name was apparently Kang Kichiro Iwai. Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow everyone knows his name. And what of this Iwai character? He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. Wait. Is that Nejima? Fumichika Nejima? Oh god. He was prone to violent outbursts. Hey, who's that? The neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him to not hit Michio. That's terrible. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear eerie chanting. Through this, the Shiraishi standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day, and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under the current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. That's awful. And then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, Iwai hasn't returned to the home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with Shiraishi entirely, and seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. It seemed that they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. But come on, at least they've been good neighbors for 2 years. Have some sympathy for them. Like maybe the mom, met, well, in this case, literally met a bad guy. I wonder if that's the case, then why did the mom, did not leave that guy? Like I say, I think that it's Fumichika Nejima. There is a criminal record after all. I don't understand it. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good for nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where one partner personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. Okay. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken for a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Anki Chiro Iwai. Oh, he doesn't. This guy, I don't think he's Fumichika Nejima. See? Wait. Look at the eye. Look at the eye. But then his eyebrows. I think that's just a Yakuza. Wait. It seems he has served some time in prison, but the details are unknown. I think it's still Ashimiya, you know? Maybe they have, a connection, but I don't think that that guy is... He have connection with Nejima, but maybe not Nejima himself. But the Shirashi certainly hadn't locked out with the bringing such a violent man into it. The Shirashis were dealt a tough hand. I can't imagine what it was like. Could it be the girl was forced by her circumstances to take part in the kidnapping? Ah, so that's why she felt guilty of doing so, of kidnapping. She felt. Wait, where is it? Wait, where is it? Maybe that guy, he asked Michio to like, hey, bring that kid to us, okay? And then later, like, they're going to get ransom. So that's why. And that's why, like, she say that, I deserve all of this. And it's sad about Michio's life, Could it be the girl was forced by circumstances to take part in kidnapping? People around, Anything? Okay, let's move. South Warigesui. The Hihaku Soap's headquarters are on the other side of the South Warigesui street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears things are up and running now. So an influential person at Hihaku Soap is potentially a curse bearer? Richter proposed we use money to negotiate for the curse stones, but we could hardly outbid a large corporation if it came down to it. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'd be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. We should walk around, visit a cafe for some tea, perhaps. And then they're gonna meet with Mio, Yako, and the teacher guy. He tells me he barely slept last night, and yet he seems to be brimming with energy. Was I too that resilient at this age? Perhaps it's what sets apart a detective from the rest. Okay. Hihaku Soaps. To think a small soap making company would grow so much in such a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see now why director and now chairwoman Natsue Yamamori is called the Queen. Hihaku Soaps. The chemical producer that ranks 4th largest in the domestic detergent market and 7th largest in the cosmetic market. From its humble beginning as a small soap factory established in the war in 1946, founder Natsue Yamamori utilized her feminine perspective and a well-timed economy to boldly lead the company into new markets. Even as the market grew crowded with the industrialization of Sumida City, the company continued to expand, digging its roots deep into the area. In particular, it established itself as a household name by focusing its branding towards the rapidly expanding convenience store market. Its flagship products now include cosmetics, detergent, soap, shampoo, and more. The company name Hihaku can also be referred to kakuri, a type of patterned fabric. Ooh, you can see. Natsue is the former president of Hihaku Soaps, a large chemical company. Though she retired from her position 2 years ago, she still wields great influence over the company from her position of chairwoman. Recently, there have been rumors of her possessing strange and powerful magical abilities, earning her the nickname the Witch of Hihaku. Prior to the war, Natsue enjoyed working her dream job at a textile factory. She was forced to face the bitter reality of the world, however, when the factory was destroyed by a fire during the war, and she was ordered to rework the fabrics she had painstakingly crafted into something more suitable for blue-collar work. Witnessing the rise of popularity of western-style clothing in the post-war period, Natsue left the textile industry. However, a nod to her past can be seen in her company's name, with Hihaku being another name for kasari, a type of fabric featuring patterns and images woven with dyed fiber. Having long been dissatisfied with the soap supplied at the textile factory, Natsue saw a business opportunity and set up her own small soap factory. Taking inspiration from imported soap brands, she developed new products which quickly gained a good reputation. Ever the shrewd businesswoman, Natsue ran an aggressive promotional campaign on TV featuring a Japanese singer, rapidly turning Hihaku soap into a household name. Man, she's amazing, so basically she built the company. You mentioned that Takumi works here as a secretary? That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That's exactly what I'm thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power would certainly look at Resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. So an influential person at Hihaku Soap is potentially a curse bearer. Richard proposed. Okay, we've read this just now. Okay, if that's the case, if he's gonna go, then I'll just go somewhere. Midoricho? Is she alone? We're here. This is Midoricho Park. Ayame Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. It seems picking up Ayame's trail is out of the question for now. Why did we even come here? It's always heartwarming to see children playing in the park. Rita seems to like kids, perhaps because they are on the same wavelength? It's a bit rude. You won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Ayame's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace of her movement. Then, be my guest. Okay, I shouldn't be long. I'm back, ma'am. So nothing? I'm afraid so, she still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch in the area. I don't know if they got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. You've got a sharp eye to have noticed them despite them being so covert. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. Dang, I didn't even think about that! Like, you probably have to account for, like the refrigerator and minor stuff running, but that's a good way to, like, to check up on a person, spy on whether they've been home or not, because they need to turn on the lights, right? You were planning to go that far? Surrounding. This place is connected with the Taiko of Tsugare. Not only that, Katsushika Hokusai home was also in this area. That might be why Ayame chose to live here. Why are you... Okay. Ah! Oh, good going, ma'am. You found a haiku. That's a rare one. Is it now? None can escape me. Talk. We won't make much progress standing around here, so what should I do? What a waste of time. We should move on quickly. Okay, come on. You go inside the wall. I'm going to go in. It may be a while, so feel free to find somewhere to kill time. Okay, good luck in there. Sorry to keep you waiting. How did it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night, but it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connection to the recent curses. He knew about the Seven Mysteries. He even guessed we have a curse stone of our own. Excuse me? I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night, however. You said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What are you talking about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did. I had all the same reason you did to think you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You're a curse bearer, no? You're right. We lack time. I confess I am a curse. Ooh. Are you sure you're supposed to say that? Well, he doesn't have it. How do I have it? But the point is that if you tell him that, you might be killed, you know? Like, that's like basically putting a bullseye on your back. Damn. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this composition is worthwhile. It is a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business can specialize in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you attain the curse, you understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of a god. So are you telling me she's the one that do this? You know, started a piece of shadow? She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from a pile of dirt once was to the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it is now the site of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hihaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Suigen Gammyodo who's gallantly working behind the scenes exercising spirits and the like. Suigen Gammyodo, if I'm not wrong, is Mio's master. Like, okay, with Mio. Right, if I'm not mistaken? I didn't say. But I assume that this Suigen Gammyodo is Mio's master. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Wait, Michio came back to life? What? Do you understand the urgency of this matter? These are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The Rite of Resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearer into unspeakable action. Now, the thing is, you should not trust this guy because, like, when we were at Shogo, okay, the second we turned back, you know, he basically stabbed us in the back. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. We have 6. Bullshit! Stop. See? Okay? Okay, we don't know where's the Whispering Canal. Okay? Yako still has the full possession. Beckoning Light, we don't know where it is. So, Haunting Clapper with Hariway, like Tetsuo have Evergreen Beach, Food Washing Mansion, and Ever Burning Lantern. We don't know where the Taiko Tsugaru might be, and Fumichika Nejima have one. Probably. That's a lie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just 9. 6! Whoa, I can rest at ease then. And here I thought I was at the risk of being cursed. It seems you're on the same page. If that is the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering it's important, I'm keeping it in hiding. Really now? Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to. But I promise I'll return with it later. He's gonna tail us, right? Very well. Then, you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume. How prudent of you. I oblige. Probably is his office. I wouldn't be surprised if he's somewhere around here, staring, spying on us. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the ride after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe you're dealing with a master in deception. He may have well made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about having procured 6 curse stone as well. Like really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company is plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the curse stone. He seemed rather desperate to get hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul drag. Perhaps the people of Hyaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because of the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up or he went... Wait. Takumi was either making up as he went or he's trying to spread the rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up about the occult more than ever before. If word spreads that Hyaku chairwoman has godlike powers, she could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. That's unsettling. How interesting that the Queen of Hyaku, or the witch, whatever she is trying to get her hands on the Rite of Resurrection. It's like some kind of dark fairy tale, regardless of what it is true or what it is or isn't true. We must stay one step ahead. Wait. He tells me he barely slept last night. Okay, same thing. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. And what's that? People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hyaku employee. Really? Yeah, well it is Shogo. So as long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, it all amounts to no more than speculation though. Despite that, I've reason to believe Hyaku Soap is deeply involved with the Seven Mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered much. The more we know, the better our negotiation will go. In the meantime, we should be off somewhere else. There's no reason to stick around here any longer. Let's check around. Back in the Edo period, the canal known as South Warigashi ran through this area, but it's been turned to a major road. It's a bit away from Kishicho Station or Yogoku Station, though it's still considered as a nice area. The stories of Ever-Burning Lantern and the foot washing machine both took place around here. One of the bodies discovered this morning was found by this road as well. This is quite a lovely area, huh? I suppose you could call it somewhat of a city center. Stuff what you getting. Okay. Can't look around that much. Let's see if there's stickers. Okay, never mind. We should avoid Hyaku for the time being. It'll be a pain to deal with Takumi again. Move! Midoricho? Maybe we can find Ayame? But, well, Midoricho. Oh, we did found this already. Yeah, we found it. Anything else? Oh, but let's go to the school. Any development? Nothing. There's nothing here. Wait, let's check for stickers. Sticker. Guess not. I wonder if... Wait. Where's Richter? I doubt anyone's still living here. Huh? Oh, so we came here too. Hmm? What is it? Erio? I know it! It's Erio and Tetsuo! Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? So this is where they meet! This is where they meet! Da-da-da! Dead or alive. Haru and Richter visit Michio's home, having determined her to be the key player in the unresolved kidnapping case from a year before. As the complicated story begins to unravel, they encounter two men. Dun dun dun! Shigima Harue. Near the Shiraishi Kinjo. Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of my country's most lead detectives. The name's Jun Erio. I hardly call myself a lead, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector Tsutsumi. And yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting or putting me down. So you two are detectives. And what's up with this BGM? We're supposed to be investigating, you know, paranormal slash mass murder mysteries. So you two are detectives? This is my client, Mrs. Haruie Shigima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A bigwig named Shigima? Boss, you know of this guy? Shit, I've heard of the name, but you know I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelon. There's no need to worry. I am my own person after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. I ain't like that. They both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare. Like I say, they're both manzai. Well, it's what I like to think. And the police officers I've met have always been so... dull. Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto. Oh lovely. Keep it up. Just hold on a second. This is the first time I'm hearing of that. Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. So these detectives are out here because of the recent string of strange deaths? It's best we keep quiet about our involvement with the curses. Wait, sometimes the stickers will come out. So let's look around. Stickers! Nope. Okay. It seems they were acquainted, but also like they haven't talked in a long time. I guess knowing how to deal with cops is also part of your investigator's job. Not quite. The two of us used to be comrades after all. Comrades? That's right, Richter used to be part of the police force himself. He quit a few years ago to go solo. Is that so? You should give it a try, Ariel. There's more freedom in working as a private investigator. I can't say much for the quality of life though. It's been 2 years, right? I haven't heard of you since you quit. I didn't think your business would last, but here you are. You sure you don't want to return to the force? We'll take you back with open arms. What? To sit on my ass and watch birds fly? I'll take a pass. I don't belong in that world. If I'm not Richter, he wants to help people, but since he's, you know, being in the police, like there's a lot of restrictions, he can't do as much. That's why he went solo. Come on, Richter, we need your talent. The public needs you. Nah, you don't. This is my calling. The police will manage just fine without me. I'll keep on tying up all your loose ends, saving the little birdies you abandoned. I can't believe you were actually part of the police force once. That's a story behind everything, ma'am. Oh, hello, Shayla. I don't regret my time on the force. I wouldn't have the connections I have today without it. Okay. Okay, let's look at June. A young and energetic detective, he seems to have a strong sense of justice. If my son had the chance to grow up older, perhaps he would become an officer just like him. I'm fine. Just that, like, I want to finish Paranormasight as soon as possible because next week I'm thinking of streaming Atelier Riser 3. What brings you here, Richter? You want a case? That's right, I'm picking up the police stack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year? Oh, I remember now. You're that Haruhi Shigema from the kidnapping case. Okay. Okay. Stay healthy then. Okay, Shayla. Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munesada Shigema's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am. Indeed, the story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered as a huge failure on the police department. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place then. That's right. An individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right. As of last week, they are deceased. We hope to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we figured we'd try it again. Interesting. I'm sure it doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police to be my people. So you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well, I see. Okay. He seemed like he got a lot of experience working on the streets. Most of the officers I know are the bureaucratic desk jockey types. The contrast is rather striking. By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you. Let me guess. Are you a curse bearer? And that is? Do you happen to know anything about the Seven Mysteries of Honjo? Chief. Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly... With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady. If you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? Don't know much. I've heard of the Seven Mysteries, but this sort of curses eludes me. Why did you say curses? Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion. Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around. Wait a second. I assumed they were talking about you, investigator. Well, I won't argue that I'm a strange and conspicuously dressed in white. And as it turns out, I was out here last night to conduct my investigation. Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary? I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss, Richter's a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you got to say. Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they got you head office guys on it. Remember, they belong to the first department, basically like the big one. Okay, like the main force. If he's dispatched, then expect something like things get real serious. Well, I guess it's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're going to say, Richter. I wonder if they're gonna you know, like, tell the truth, Richter and Harvey. So, by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul wrecks to perform Rite of Resurrection. And these curse stones are somehow connected to the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figured the strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get the situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us? I think you're gonna keep it quiet because if they tell about the stones, then they might confiscate us. That's tough. I've never expected curses and other mumbo jumbo to play into this all. But if we're talking about shady character, there was a middle-aged fellow I saw on South Varigasi Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for a prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it would have been Hideki Araishi. We've already got his curse stone. Impressive! You two are working quick. Did you see anything else? Why? The thing is, why he didn't bring up why he didn't bring up, you know, Takumi is because if he talked to Takumi, well, good thing is if he introduced Takumi, then, you know, they're gonna like kind of like arrest or confiscate his curse stone, okay? You say he has 6, okay? And if the bad thing is that if Richter tell, then they're gonna know that Haruie or Richter have 1 curse stone. So after that, they're gonna be hounded. So he made the decision not to tell. Not that I can remember. That's a shame. Richter. Okay. Okay. If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying a curse stone, it'd be a huge help if you let us know. Absolutely, I'll let you know if I find anything. Okay. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand on our case too. There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happen to be your specialty, no? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Okay. By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michio Shiraishi by chance? You knew? I thought so. It seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously, Michio was involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. But looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi? Oh right, Hajime Yoshimi. That's right, he died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So that's the connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio. Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn, I want the full scoop on findings concerning Michio. Sure, to tell the truth. Okay, here they exchange information. What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Jonoji? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense. I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet. But the testimony we've heard and the evidence we've found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from those psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michiru hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's all true then, did you figure something out? Kankichiro Iwai! Huh? Kankichiro Iwai, you'll be the next victim. We have to open the door to the Shirashi house. We need to look inside. Hey, what's gone into you? Boss? I'm sure the landlord will give us the key if we ask. Screw that, you know how long that could take? We can ask the permission later. God damn, what did he know? Hey Richter, calm down, we can't just... He broke into the house, right? Take that, you shitty door. That's how you do it. Richter, get a hold of yourself. I think you're still the same as always. Remember, okay, I think it's best if I bring up Richter's one, okay? Once a police officer, Richter was racked with guilt over the police's inability to help all those in need, and quit the force to start his own private investigation firm, okay? However, his soft-hearted nature leads him to take on too many cases and has put his office in dire financial straits, okay? So basically here is that saying that he's a guy that wants to help everybody, so I think he get well along with Hajime, okay? Like, he focuses on, you know, young teenagers and like try to set them on, you know, on the right path in life. Richter just, you know, extends his care for everybody. And the fact that somebody's life in danger is like, fuck the rules, okay? Like, maybe he lost one person due to this. And that... Holy fuck! What's up with this, boss? There's a dead body in here. Ooh, could that be Michiru's dad? Nah, he's her stepdad at best. If that... It's got to be the body of Kankichiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it. The man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'll say it happened last night. Edio, did you find Jonochi's body in the same state? Now you mention it. It looked as though Kohei Jonochi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you investigating? It was Michiru Shiraishi. She's alive. She used the power of curses to get back at the man who ruined her life? That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived? It's gotta be that, and if she's alive, then... Wait. What the hell, storyteller? My apologies for interrupting. I know we've just gotten through an interesting plot point. But do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Could be, but where did they get the soul drag? Consider this. What if Yeah, that is also one thing. What if Michiru Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so, I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michiru Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? Where was he? There's no way at Kinshibori. Kinshibori is where where the detectives are there at that moment, okay? If they say last night, okay, she's here last night, and in the morning she like at 3 AM, she's at Komagata High School, okay? She's at Komagata High School. It's over here at Shigima residence. Okay. I don't think she's back there. Like, it's too easy, you know? There's no way she's here. There's no way she's here. He's still at Komagata High School, but then like if she's at Komagata High School, then like the police should have found him. Only Bridge. Sennoya? Sennoya at this time, 8 o'clock. This is when Yako, you know, awakened from his slumber. See? Like she was in a trance, you know. Maybe. Like others just a bit too weird. Hehe, I see. Very well. Wait, I'm right? As expected, you got in one go. Well, the cause of death was such, was it not? You must have noticed some time ago. Let's get back to the story, shall we? I've taken enough of your time. The reason why I think of that is because that Yako was acting weird. She was basically like surprised, you know, like in hypnotism or something like that. She was standing there and then like Mio like, hey, wake up, Yako. What? So you really think Michio Shirashi is alive? Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but do you really think that girl could have managed all of this? First of all, Erio, go report this to HQ. Understood. I'll get it right away. And by the way, I did so like Fumichika Nejima. Look. Fumichika Nejima. Why? Why is Fumichika Nejima's face all over the place? Fumichika Nejima. See? Why? I'll start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs a looking. But look at that. There's like candles. Is there like, is this where they made the ritual? There's a bunch of photos of the same person posted on the wall over there. Huh? Whoa now. Hold on. These photos. These are all Fumichika Nejima. Gross. Really? Come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there's even more posts pasted over there. These are all cutouts of newspapers and magazines about Nejima murders? I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder, what in the world is this? These are magic runes. They are used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time they are useless imitation, so I wouldn't get too excited about it. Oh my, you know the Chief Inspector was... Who knew that Chief Inspector was such an expert on the occult? I just chanced upon that information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned? She's pretty well informed on the subject. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all. Western black magic... Okay, let's leave it. Corpse. There's nothing around to confirm his identity, but by the looks of it, I'll say he's Kankichiro Iwai. And like, look at the hand, how it's placed. It's exactly like how the teacher was found. You've seen him before? I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have held a respectable occupation. Is this what a curse does to a person? Ma'am, it'd be better not to look so closely. Right now I'm playing as Harui, okay? Sliding door. The sliding door leads to a kitchen. It barely fits the frame. Can we open it? Newspaper cutout. Look at these pictures. Pictures of Fumichika Nejima cut out from the newspaper magazine. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was. You think the Shirashis were somehow connected to the Nejima case? Perhaps they did this as to not forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Nejima might be involved in all of this too. Huh? Do you think he might have anything to do with the body here? Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a curse stone now. He announced that from sundown today, he will be going on a killing spree. Oh dear. There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard. So he hasn't changed his way. That doesn't bode well. To tell the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Nejima murders either. You don't say. That's right, we talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in Sumida River that brought the incident to light. You don't say. You were the kid from back then? You were really brave. You did a great deed. You were the detective I spoke with? I had no idea. So you two have met before. Fancy that. I've been worried that Fumichi and Nejima might bear resentment towards you, ma'am. You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite the resentful type. Oh dear. That asshole. I wonder who put the idea into his head, and now he's got the one-sided read too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown. Seriously? On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter. Damn, that's quite the threat. Certainly you can't afford to stay put here. The fuckers want to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, he'll be all with a cool head. Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if Iwai and Fumichika Nejima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Nejima's location. Let's hope so. Let's think for a while. This place is disgusting. Did Michio Shirashi really live here? Old book. There are old books scattered everywhere. I wonder what they're about. Many of them are written in a foreign language. It'd be a pain to look through all of these. Let's save them for later and continue to look around. Floor. Okay. Okay, this is about... Wait, what? Okay, let's read again. It looks like the things spread out around here have been like this for a while now. This ritual or whatever was something he attempted up to recently. Plenty of the neighbors mentioned having heard strange mantra-like noises coming from here during the night. Yeah, they did. You think Iwai was the one chanting? Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shirashis as well. Well, if we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do. Drawer. This drawer is really old. Chief Inspector, do you mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right. Ariel isn't here, so let me take a look. There's just clothes in here, not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find kind of a talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky. I see. Thank you anyway. Wait, if Michio didn't die from the accident, that means that she's limping or something because she got hit by a car or something. Looks like there wasn't anything interesting in the drawer. Window. With the window and storm shutter shut, no light gets in here at all. It's pitch black. The neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago. Okay, it's still the old book. Wait. Victor, what do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through it as if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I'm any help with foreign language. Go ahead. Thank you. This seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here, alongside the detailed description of the procedures. I suppose you call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me though. You think this Iwai guy was studying them? Perhaps to perform some kind of ritual? There are a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoire. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. Iwai doesn't look the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would he be studying black magic? I feel like it's Michio is the one who did it. According to the material, this year rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do you think this is where she comes in? Like she's, she's old. So, and then, women are a bit fixated on beauty. Do you think that she wanted to restore her youth? If it does, then everything ties into place. This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each one of these spells require a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Resurrection? Like the Rite? I guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. What is it? It looks like a journal. It probably is EY. A journal? His writing is surprisingly thorough. It's almost as if he's writing a report for someone. Oh wow, now this is something. What is it? What did he write? This is quite defined. Let me give you a summary. So this Kankichiro Iwai fellow, he's been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. Ah, okay, it's him. So he was into black magic from the start? He believed he could learn to successfully perform the spell. He could then use it to earn a fortune. To tell the truth, it seemed he was already getting funded after he acquired the grimoire. You don't say. Things starting to sound kind of familiar. Oh yeah, Mr. Araishi. Okay, Araishi, like, easy to say, he wanted to become a researcher, he wanted to research things, and then, like, since his research is quite not that popular, so he's stuck. But recently, somebody, basically, like, funded his research. So does that mean that the person funding it, I think it's the Hikaku Soaps lady. But first, let's find out how he got his hand on this grimoire. It seems that Nejima told him, oh come on, where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. Why would he know about that? What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not a coincidence. It seems that Iwai took an interest in the Nejima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man. Worship? Nejima? Of all people? This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to get their admirers. I kinda see why. Iwai had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Nejima, he made sure to get in contact. This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this. The thought of Nejima being involved with this grimoire is staggering. I don't think we ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years we've been scratching our heads over the motive behind the Nejima murders. Yup, it's been a mystery from us from the very start. Whoa now, wait just a minute. Do you think... No wait, are you saying? That's right. The murders might have been a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. The instruction written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the act carried out by Nejima. You've gotta be kidding me. So that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Nejima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but Iwai had a different motive. Chief Inspector, you might think this is all stuff of fancy, but that doesn't refute that Nejima and Iwai were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane. You're telling me that Nutjob did this all for some hokey pokey resurrection? Shit, resurrection! That means there must have been someone Nejima wanted to bring back to life. Damn, that's it? That has to be it! Fucking hell, it all makes sense now! What is it? So about the Nejima murders. There's some information that was being kept from the public. Go on. When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby. A baby? It was a girl, looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered with filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If you were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died. So was Nejima the father? He told us he found her under a bridge. He found her? She was abandoned? I've heard of parents threatening to leave the child under a bridge as a threat, but to think it really happened. Ah, I suppose there are those cases with the dead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent. This reminds me of Yakuza Like a Dragon. Whatever the case, we never found out the truth. But there's one rumor from back then I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now. I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard of it. Many believe Nejima's guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing. Yeah, I remember all of that. Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant. That's horrific. He killed her and dismembered her body, and we thought maybe the baby we found is what he pulled out from the inside of her. Don't misunderstand me. This is all speculation on top of more speculation here. But I, for one, never believed that man would just take in a baby he found under a bridge. He's sick. Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear. Wait, but if it's 20 years, that it couldn't be Michio, right? Michio is still in her teens. 16, 17, 18 maybe? But it could be. God. Like I say, don't take that to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. Now that this whole resurrection magic has come into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child. And that may be why he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. It's just a theory. A paranormasight theory. But my life would be a tad easier if it were true. That's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Nejima would want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good as any. The fact that he obtained a curse stone suggests he has an interest in the Rite of Resurrection. Damn, you're right. And here I was thinking that he was only after the curse's power to massacre. Chief Inspector? Yeah? What happened to the child? Without a birth registration on file, best we could do was find the girl some suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future. Who is that child? Well, I'm glad she was taken care of. Don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in Iwai's journal. We knew Iwai had managed to obtain the grimoire thanks to the advice he got from his idol, Nejima, while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quickly. Right, he thought he could make some money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic. Correct. Turns out someone gave him, what's this? And get this. It was the one and only Queen of Chairwoman of Hikaku Soap herself, Natsue Yamamori. Wait, the Chairwoman of Hikaku Soaps? So that's where this leads. Here, let me read what he wrote. The Queen of Hikaku has a strange fear of growing old. Told you! Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, rites, she will use whatever it means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. He was apparently investigating money into any research on resurrection, the restoration of youth, and the like. So that's why he funded Mr. Araishi, you know. So he would even throw money at the occult. The places greed will take you. But then, that brings us to Hideki Araishi. She probably funded his research on the Rite of Resurrection as well. That's what it all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch of Hihaku pounced at the rumors of the Rite of Resurrection. It's all starting to sound likely. It might also be why she was spreading the rumors about having godly powers. It's convenient cover when she becomes young again. Give me a second. Godly powers? What's that all about? You can ignore that. Either way, I think EY took the payments he was getting for his research to seduce a family into taking him in to keep a low profile. Oh, so this is where it comes. Like I know that Shiraichi's family, the mom sounded like a caring mother, and then why did they take Iwa, in? Because he's a scum. So the Shiraishi family, Michio and her mother, Toshiko, were just unlucky mark. And this is where you get involved. And are you ready? Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This has something to do with me? Are you saying that? No, you can't mean. You realize that, perhaps. Right? Yoshiraishi is. Wait. Wait. Toshiko Shiraishi's child was a child? Wait. Tatsuya Yamamori. Living sacrifice. Huh? Tankiro Iki. Magic. Was a sacrifice? Okay. Tankichiro Iwai's. Wait, this one, why he brought up living sacrifice? Natsu Yamamori's living sacrifice was a child. Oh man, please calm down. That wasn't it. Oh, was I mistaken? Then what did you mean? Ma'am, please calm down. EY move. Okay, it's EY. Okay, not. Okay, I got it. EY moved in the Shirashi to practice his magic. He needed a sacrifice to perform it. Well, okay. I still didn't got that. It's not that far. But the man extracting the life force from someone young. Huh? Huh? So it was EY. This man. EY worshipped Nejima. He must also despise Nejima's detractors. Not to mention he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely he had a bone to pick with the police. So, when he realized he had the chance to both avenge Nejima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time. You got it! EY kidnapped Haruya Shigima's son and managed to score the 3 birds with 1 stone. You're telling me that horrid man, he never had the intention of returning my child? I thought there might be a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michio to lower your boy's defenses and then kidnap him on his way back home. That man, he took Shuichi. Oh god. Ma'am, please calm down. I understand. But you must remember to breathe. You don't understand. You don't have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Living sacrifices. What a stupid idea from a stupid little man. Okay, ma'am. Let's just take a moment to breathe. Why don't we go get some fresh air? I can't believe this. This is... Ugh. I want to see what will happen. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. I want to see what will happen if I make the right choice. Give me a second. Dead or alive? Okay, never mind. I think I need to finish it. Then select guess properly. Steve, I think it's best we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information we noted in the journal. Oh! EY got in contact with Nejima last year, after Nejima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? He managed to find a hideout for Nejima to stay in. Damn it! If anything, rather than use his money to support the Shiraishi, it seemed most went to Nejima instead. If Nejima's looking around anywhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout. Did he write where it is? Unfortunately no, not that I can tell. But it seemed Michio knew where it was. She never met Nejima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up among other things. What good is that information? The girl's already dead. Not quite. Wait, no, she's alive. That's right, Michio Shiraishi is alive. If you can find her and get her to talk to you, you can get her to spill the beans on his hideout too. Investigator, I'm asking you. I should be going. The lady's not well. Person of interest updated. Okay, we basically went through what those information was just now. A river? Wait, then in other words, the storyteller! That's why he stopped in the middle just now. It's like to see if you understand, see that way Nejima was hiding. Are you feeling better now that you've gotten some fresh air, ma'am? I'm fine. Finally finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits. We managed to solve the kidnapping case, but by pure luck here. You're right, but Richter, I feel grateful towards Michio. Because she killed the kidnapper? Just that too. But it's for something else. If Michio is the one killing all these people, then she must have quite a sizable amount by now. Soul drags, I mean. Hey Richter. Whether the kidnapper's dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back. If Nejima is planning to cause a massacre to collect soul drags, then all the better. I won't give up on Resurrection. So I'm counting on you. Okay, give me a second. I want to resume from searching me, right? Okay. I'm just gonna go through this all over again. But I want to see what happens if I choose correctly, And we have to take a look inside, Yeah. I wish I have a, skip button. Well, we'll check out everything. Most important is the book. So let's check around first. Okay. Come on. I kinda screwed up just now. Come on, skip. Let's see if there's anything will happen if I choose the correct one. Okay, window. Come on, where? Paper cutout, Nejima's picture. Floor. Come on, skip. Nothing. Come on. Man, it's taking forever. Yeah. This is why we know that about Nejimas and everything. His connection. I told you EY has something to do. What he looks like. Then where did Old Man Ashimiya play into all of this? Enough! Skip! Enough! Okay. Enough! I really regretted choosing the wrong answer just now. Yeah, who is this child anyway? Okay, the Hihaku soap. Skip. Enough. Calm down. Okay, I'll do this behind the scene. Okay? I kinda screwed up just now. Okay, let's just go. Same hand. The Rite of Resurrection is the inception of this whole affair. Yako and Mio decided to confront the man responsible for spreading rumors of it in the first place, Hideki Araishi. They find him at his frequent stomping ground, the Kurokikyo Cafe. The first time we've been here. It's noon, so like, woo, there. There's like 5 to 7 hours left. You know, normally you'd be breaking school rules just by stepping foot in the cafe. Why that? I'll be in hot water if you lied about having permission from the police. Remember that. We know. I'll be okay. So, what do you want to ask me? Mockingbird. Like, cafe. I've never been to into one before. How exciting. It's pretty smelly inside because of the cigarette smoke, but Kurokikyo Cafe. Right. Anything else? About my curse stone. Yako, if you would. Right. We wanted to ask you about this. Oh my, a curse stone. An Okane mask. That must mean the Fool's Procession. You two were at the school last night? Damn! There of all places. Yako, you're one of them? You're a curse bearer? You're also one of them. Please calm down, Mr. Araishi. Your reaction is too intense. It's kind of scaring me. Sorry about that. I'm afraid I got ahead of myself. What is it you wanted to know about your curse stone? I think flatter him is the best. It's just a brilliant teacher like you must know an awful lot about the curse stone. Well, it's true that I'm likely the person most well versed in this matter. You're the only one I can count on, Mr. Rashi. Won't you help us, please? Oh, am I now? In that case, there's no harm hearing what you have to ask. Thank you. Let's see. What is everything with the Rite of Resurrection and the Seven Mysteries curse stone happening now? Oh ho! Taken an interest now that you received one of the curse, have you? You sound like a researcher, starting your questioning with your subject's origin. Mr. Araishi, you're not the one who triggered the curse, are you? No, I'm afraid I had nothing to do with that. Rather, I wasn't even attempting to do so in the first place. Completing the rite itself has nothing to do with my research. Then, do you know of the ancient Omyodo ritual known as the Feast of Shadows? Huh? What is that? Something from the occult? Miss Kurosuzu, you look like the type to be interested in those things, but it's outside my field of expertise. In that case, why do you think the rite and curses have appeared now? I believe this is the intentional work of someone. It's certainly not something that would happen by accident. Why is it you want to know? Well, he may not tell us anything else if we say that we are trying to stop the curse. We need to make something up. Right. Make something up. Well, see, we just have such an intellectual curiosity and think it could really help your research. I see. Now that you mention it. Seems like he's reluctant to answer. Then how about ask about his research? Then what does the record of fate you've been researching say about the Rite of Resurrection? Oh, I see. That's what you want to know. Allow me to first elucidate you regarding the author of the Record of Fate. A special privilege, I might add, since I have yet to publish this in a paper. Yeah, okay. The Record of Fate was written 200 years ago in the later half of the Edo period. It was written by a skilled but little known onmyoji called Seiman Tsuchimikado. This is important stuff. If nothing else, remember this. Seiman Tsuchimikado. I've never heard of him. I'm sure you haven't. He was born into a famed onmyoji family, but slid away to practice forbidden arts in secret. He used whatever name was convenient for the situation, so his real name barely exists in any record. Or so it was written in the Record of Fate. As brilliant as Seiman was, he was also eccentric. He delved into researching the Rite of Resurrection, a legendary forbidden ritual that had never been completed. However, by involving himself with this forbidden ritual, he was expelled from his family, and eventually found himself in Honjo in Edo. The Record of Fates are the writing of Seiman's record on the road to Edo. I see. So he wrote how to perform the rite itself. The Rite of Resurrection makes use of Abe no Seima's specialty, the Taizen's Fukan ritual, a means of communicating with the afterlife. It uses soul drags to replicate the soul of that spirit that has been called. Oh wow, I never knew something like that existed. Thus, it is thought that the only ones who can use it are those with the ability to turn human souls into soul drags in the first place. So the Rite of Resurrection calls for that ritual to be performed in advance. Wait, so in other words, they need sacrifice beforehand. So Hajime? Wait. So Hajime was the guy. Like, they say something like stir up the curses. So killing him at the Yasuda Garden is what triggers it, and maybe to a certain extent Michio as well. Then, when the soul drags are gathered and infused with the wish of whoever is performing the ritual, it can be completed. The contest written in the Record of Fates ends there. There's no more? What about the 7 mysteries of the Curse Stone? There's nothing written about them in the Record of Fate. The Curse Stones are separate from the Rite of Resurrection. Their curse is one used to enable one who is unable to perform such rituals to be able to use the rite. Huh, that's similar to what Mio said actually. Oh, Mio did. Rite of Resurrection? According to the Record of Fate, okay. Device that gifted Omni, I'm not seeing. Okay. Speaking about kidnapping. Okay, you found out that. How about the 7 mysteries related to the rite? Excuse me, Mr. Arashi. What is it, Miss Kurosuzu? You published a theory before the incident took place. It is said that the Rite of Resurrection and origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo are related somehow. What proof did you have of that? You really know your stuff, but about that, that was a somewhat sensationalized piece written for the occult magazine. Oh, really? It was just nonsense then? Not exactly. Rather, it's not a complete fabrication. There is a basis for it. And that is, well, there are no harm telling a couple of students so passionate about this topic. Thank you. This is something I discovered from referencing numerous texts unrelated to the Records of Fate. It was just after Seiman arrived in Honjo. There are records of a conflict over ritual used to resurrect the dead in Honjo. A conflict over resurrecting the dead? I don't know the details. A man enticed the public with claims of a spell that could resurrect the dead, causing a conflict ended tragically with 9 dead. Shit. So in other words, he set up the stage. That is the only remaining reference. 9 people fighting over a resurrection ritual. I call this the tragedy of the Honjo incident, and it has long been a subject of my research. And I suspect that this Honjo incident might be the very origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. So what you're saying is, the resurrection ritual at the root of the Honjo incident is Seima's Rite of Resurrection? Yes, that is how the Record of Fate ties everything together. To put it in chronological order, first Seiman brought the Rite of Resurrection to Edo. We can assume that by this point, Seiman was likely using a different name. Then in Honjo, 9 people fought to the death over this rite, the Honjo incident. After that, the incident was covered up by an interested party, preventing it from fully being recorded in history fully. Eventually, it was passed down in incomplete pieces, becoming known as the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. That's more or less the course of the event. Honjo incident. Okay. Yeah, like I say, become the basis of the spell. That's how they are connected. Then if I'm getting this right, the 7 mysteries were basically required to gather the soul drag necessary for the rite. How are the 7 mysteries related to the rite? There's more. If this most recent occurrence of the curse, I become even more confident in my theory. You are? Yes, the reason for it being, the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries etched into those who receive the curse stone. Resentful memories? Yako, if you really are a curse bearer, then you would have attained a curse stone. You would have had a resentful memory imprinted in your mind. Oh, I did. Exactly. Those memories are what happened in the final moments of the 9 who died in the Honjo incident. Broadly speaking, they involved dying while bearing some kind of deep resentment. The 9 victims became 9 curse echoes, which over time came to be spoken of as the 7 mysteries, thus gathering the resentful memories granted by the present curses and connecting them together. It will reveal once and for all what happened during the Honjo incident. Huh. That's why you must tell me about the resentful memories of your fool's perception, Yako. Mio, should I? I think it's okay. We need all the information we can get. Tell him about the resentful memory. Okay, Mr. Rashi, I'll tell you about the memory of the Fool's Procession. Excellent. So basically, it's about a woman who died falling from a Yagura tower at a festival. Interesting. It's not that one then. Not that one? What do you mean? Among the 9 victims of the Honjo incident, that is to say, the 9 curse echoes, one of them is Seiman himself, or so I suspect. Huh? Seiman was one of the victims of the Honjo incident too? Meaning an Onmyoji as powerful as him also became a curse echo? Right. It will make sense that the curse stones tied to a curse echo like that would be special. The power of a curse stone is different based on the curse echo. Mio, then maybe with Seiman's curse, we could... Yes, we may be able to settle this whole situation. Huh? Hey, what are you two whispering about? Oh, nothing, sorry. Okay. So, in other words... Okay. This one of them is special. Okay? One of it is special. So... Like... It could be the one-sided read. I doubt it's the Whispering Canal. It's either... Like I say, I think if this is... But then what Fumichika Nejima said... You know, I think it could be... Well, it's either 1, 2, 3. Those 3. About the resentful memories, Mr. Arashi, how many of the resentful memories have you gathered so far? I've learned a number of them. The Evergreen Beach, the Food Washing Mansion, the Ever-Burning Lantern, and now the Fool's Procession makes 4. All of them are held by the detective. Of those, the most important are the Food Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. What are they about? First, the Food Washing Mansion. An Onmyoji appears distinctly in this one. Really? But not Seiman, I'm afraid. A female Onmyoji who sought the Rite of Resurrection due to her obsession with her personal appearance. Her legs, which had always taken pride in, were stricken with corruption after she was defeated by Seiman. Seriously? I think I remember reading it. She was, but alas, she did not use her talent for good of the world, but for her selfish pursuit. Nothing. Her legs, which she had always taken pride. Okay. Her curse echo is notable for being particularly easy to fulfill the requirements necessary to use the curse. The detective did well to escape this one. So a female Onmyoji and a rival of Seiman was involved in the Honjo incident. That certainly is interesting. Next, the Evergreen Beach. The curse echo is from a craftsman of Netsuke carving named Jinkichi, who was hanged for spreading baseless rumors. He apparently spoke of something that granted the ability to bring back the dead. The Rite of Resurrection. Precisely. This man Jinkichi must have been in contact with Seiman. If I could just have collected all of the memories, everything would be revealed, and the truth of the Seven Mysteries will be mine. That is the knowledge I desire. Meaning you need to gather as much information as you can form the curse bearers. Precisely. I have an agreement to exchange information with the detective. But they might not even find other curse bearers, so I must take measure of my own. What's the trigger for the curse to occur? Yes? You never really finished about what the trigger of all this was. Well, I don't know. Really? You're not hiding something from us, are you? It has something to do with how you obtain the records of fate, right? Shit. Fumichika Nejima! He's the one that gave! How did you really get a hold of Record of Fates? To tell the truth, we're in a race against time. It could be a disaster if we don't hurry. What are you talking about? Someone left a warning at the sundown today. He would use the curse to kill a lot of people. The one who left that message is the culprit behind the Nejima murders from 20 years ago. What? Something so terrible will happen? I won't allow potentially hundreds of people become victims of the curse. I'll do anything in my power to stop it. Mr. Araishi, please, tell us everything you know. I'm sorry, but I truly don't know anything. The truth is, I was given the record of fates by a woman. That witch. Well, her voice sounded like a woman, but I didn't actually see what she looked like. 1 month ago, while I was investigating at night, I suddenly heard a formless voice. A woman's voice. It said, I entrust you with this ancient manuscript and the Rite of Resurrection held within its pages. Spread rumors of this ritual as far and wide as you can in this coming month. And before I knew it, an old document had fallen down at my feet. Okay, there's two people. Either it's the Hihaku Soaps lady, or Michio herself. I think. 1 month. She specified the time period? I was told if I did that, I could study the manuscript as much as I pleased. I wanted so badly to verify the authenticity, I ended up accepting it. I haven't heard anything from the voice since then. You're talking like it's some kind of a ghost. He must have had you spread rumors in order to strengthen the power of the curse, to tie together the curse and the desire to seek out the right. This makes it likely that the owner of the voice is the mastermind behind all of this. Hence, I went public with the record of fates. Hihaku and the occult magazine immediately jumping at the news was a financial boon for me. It is Mistio. Hihaku, huh? As in Hihaku Soaps? Right, I mean, no, that's not important. That's just some personal business. Or maybe it's Michio's mother. After that, I waited, trying to predict what would occur in a month's time. Then, that's when the curse began. Yesterday. Those are all the details I have. Is there anything else you know? Very well, I've told you this much. I may as well give you one more thing. Thank you. What might that be? It's about Seiman's record of fates. There is a sort of continuation to it. Another document called Record of Fates Yin Scroll. Let me guess, that's the Yang Scroll as well. God damn. A continuation? Actually, a section written in Seiman's own hand was appended onto the manuscript, according to which after the Honjo incident, Seiman lamented such a calamity taking place. He apparently wrote an addendum for the event that the tragedy became its own curse. It seemed he had an idea that the victim of the Honjo incident would turn into curse echoes and be used to gather soul drag. It supposedly detailed how to handle any trouble that occurs as a result of the Rite of Resurrection. Really? Hold on a second. Don't you find that strange? What's the matter, Miss Sakazaki? You think my information is inaccurate? If Seiman died in the Honjo incident, then he couldn't have written an addendum. You really don't get it, do you? Huh? Am I wrong? Have you forgotten the ability Seiman possessed? Of course not. He could use the Rite of Oh, you're telling me Seiman used it on himself? The Rite of Resurrection can be carried out in advance so that it activates when the soul drags are gathered together. Then is it not possible that Seiman himself was resurrected by the rite after it took place? But he still had to collect the soul drags he needed to use the rite. Yes, and that's why they died. The 8 others besides Seiman. What? They died in a Honjo incident for their soul drags? That sounds like the same as what's happening now. That's why I need the resentful memories to learn the truth. I get it now. The issue at hand is that the Yin Scroll and the Record of Fates were supposedly to have been passed down as a set. When I received the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll was gone. Only this information was left. Supposedly, Seiman's blood descendants guarded it as they passed down across generations. It seems that over their long history, the two documents become separate and the scroll location lost and the family line branch. Seiman had descendants? So there's someone out there related to him by blood even now? Nejima? Nejima? Yes, in fact, I tried to trace the line as far as I could. He wasn't a well-known Onmyoji to begin with, so a detailed family tree does not exist. It seems likely that the use of manuscript has been long forgotten, only being passed down out of tradition. And since they aren't even aware of what they have, tracking it down is quite tricky indeed. I wish I could ask whoever the voice belongs to about the Yin Scroll. I'm sure you do. So basically, in the record of Fate's Yin Scroll, Seiman himself wrote about ways to handle the curse and the rite, yes? Yes, that's right. I've been searching for it all this time, but haven't found a single lead. So if you two will find out anything about other resentful memories or Yin Scroll, tell me immediately. You owe me that much for telling you all this, do you not? That's the real extent of everything I know. Yin Scroll. There should be a Yang Scroll, right? Yes, I understand. Thank you for your help. If you bring me some useful information, I'll take it into consideration for your school grades as well. I kinda like him. Kinda. Not really. But kinda. So, we've learned a lot. So to sum it up, there was a tragic incident with people cursing each other for the Rite of Resurrection in the Edo period as well. And the record of Fate's Yin Scroll may have info we want, since it details how to stop the rite. I think that's about it. Right. If we could just find the Yin Scroll, we might be able to learn how to settle this situation. But even Mr. Araishi didn't have any leads on where it is. So how do we start looking for it? Someone involved in this now must have a connection to it, I think. I have a feeling that the mastermind who awakened the curses is involved too. Right. What to do next? So Mio, what are we going to do next? Good question. It may be best to give the information we just learned to Inspector Tsumi. We got a pretty big clue from hearing about the record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Mr. Tsumi might know more about it. Should we go back to the school then? Yeah, that's our point of contact after all. Yeah, they did say that'll be their base. Whoever behind that voice that gave Mr. Araishi the record of fates, that must be the mastermind, don't you think? Yeah, and he said it sounded like it belonged to a woman. Whoever it is, I bet they're scary. Huh? You don't sound like the Yaku I know. Then let's catch him and make him spill the bean! I thought you said something like that. Really? I guess I'm just not really feeling that confident right now. I understand. Wait, remember when the storyteller asked, okay, where is Michio? He said that I was right, that it's at her place. Is she really there? Like, I only suspected because like she dazed, you know, she was in like a state of trance. And when I just playing around in lecture, hey, I'm Kokuri, and then like there's a ping, you know? God damn it. About the mastermind. I don't know if it's related to that woman behind the voice, but I'm interested in the female Onmyoji who was a rival of Seiman. About the nearby area. Oh, that reminds me, yo. You know what's nearby here, don't you? Hmm? Oh, you mean where Michio? Yeah, where it happened. I was going there every day to leave flowers, even though they always get cleared away anyways. I'm sure it'd be hard to have to be reminded of Michio's death all the time. Oh, that reminds me, Yako. Yeah? When you asked me to do Spirit Board 2 days ago, did you come here that day too? Yeah, I left some flowers before going to school. Why? Did anything seem different that day? What's this all of a sudden? So now that you mention it, that day, I suddenly felt lighthearted and ended up passing out for a bit. But I came to right away and felt fine, so I didn't think anything of it. I see. That's what happened earlier this morning. That's all I was wondering about. Thanks. Excuse me, you girls over there. You Taro! Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. And who might you be? I should probably tell you. Until yesterday, I was the curse bearer. That should clear things up. A curse bearer? Oh, you don't need to be scared. I've already given up the curse stone of the food washing mansion. The food washing mansion? So you're the one Inspector Tsumi was talking about. Ah, you already know Inspector Tsumi. That makes this simple. There's nothing to worry about. Oh hey, you're in the driver's seat. Yako? Wait, what happened to Yako? What? Just now. Was I doing something? So he's the one that ran over Michio. Oh god. Sorry, Mr. Namigaki. What might be the matter? Right, I actually wanted to discuss something with you two. Would you come with me if you have a little time? Wait. Where's Ayame? But Ayame's not interested in him anymore. But there's a chance that Ayame got herself a curse stone. Discuss something. With us? We're talking about Michiyo Shiraishi, right? It's related to that. Huh? I'm sure you would learn a few things yourself. If not now, later is fine. I'll be waiting around Ryogoku Bridge. Why is he at the Ryogoku Bridge? Something rubbed me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michiyo. What did we do? Safe. Got a bad feeling. Go to school first. Sorry, there's something we got to take care of. I have to pass. That's so. Well, that's too bad. I'm in no rush. I'll be waiting at Ryogoku Bridge if you change your mind. Shit. Wait, there's another choice? Let me guess. Okay, let's skip. I can guarantee like we're gonna die. Okay, come on. I can guarantee that we're gonna die. Wait. There's a chance that Michiyo is in... There's a chance that Michiyo is in Yako's body. God. Talk to you, Taro, first. Well, I suppose we might as well hear what it is you have to say. Glad to hear it. Then shall we relocate somewhere else? This is where we're gonna get killed, right? Takazaki Yako, 1 PM. Ryogoku Bridge. Ryogoku Bashi. So, what do you want to discuss with us? Let's see, how do I put this? I'll tell you straight. I want you two to use your curse stone to bring Michiyo Shiraishi back from the dead. What? Huh? It's why I was pursuing the Rite of Resurrection in the first place. Unfortunately, I had to give up my curse stones before I could succeed. But you two are curse bearers with some kind of connection to her. Which means this is the perfect opportunity to ask you for this. Well... I'm sorry, this is all of a sudden. I still don't understand why you want this. What's your relationship with Michiyo? Well, we met briefly once. I was so sad to hear the news of her death the other day. Right. Well, it would be great if we could bring Michiyo back. But we've already decided not to use the Rite of Resurrection. Is that so? It seems, however, that we share a goal. I wouldn't mind collecting the soul drag for you if you give me the curse stone, you know. We'll have to decline that as well. Our goal is to stop this curse. What happened to Yako? Well, that's too bad. I suppose I'll have to give up on the curse stone. Thank you for understanding. What's Yako? Phew. I thought he was a little suspicious, but he left without making a fuss. But why does he want to bring Michio back? Huh? Yako? Uh-oh. Did she go somewhere while we were talking? Huh? What? What happened? Yako? Eh, I finally caught up with you. I don't know if you noticed me following you or not, but leading me to a secluded place, you've got guts. I'm sorry, but I'll be taking your curse stone. Either you hand it over, or I'll have to take it by force. What? Told you she's there! Wait, are you? No, she's here again. I don't understand. Oh wait, it was just an accident. I swear, I didn't mean to. That's why I was trying to bring you back. He became like Yuku Shoujo? I told you! So I was right! I was right! Let's check out. Right. Dang. After this, Fumichika Nejima went on to use the power of the Curse Stone to commit mass murder, shocking the public with unprecedented tragedy. And from that day on, Yaku Sakazaki was never heard from again. Thing 1. Michio's Grudge. I was right. Like, I did feel weird why that she... Wait, if that's the case... Let's try this, okay? Like, here is where Yako... Oh, no, maybe not this. Maybe it is. Wait. Oh, Richard? Come needs help. What time is it? I think here. Resume. Start from beginning. Kazaki Yako. Yeah, here. See? This is what made me think that Michio was here. Huh? Good morning. Hey, remember? I Michio Shiraishi. You must be half asleep. Oh. Okay. Okay. Without a doubt, this is the most important one, okay? So we'll leave this for a while. But I'm just gonna go, until Namigaki is here, okay? Come on. See? Okay, let's just continue. Go to school first. That's so. Too bad. Expect that. Well, I kinda expect that. Okay, I guess we have to go through all to these two first. Let's go. Too much to handle. Haru and Richter break into Shiraishi residence with the detective. They find a journal left behind by the deceased EY, finally revealing the mysteries behind the kidnapping. However, Haru remains unsatisfied. Good start. Digimon Mansion reception room. Impressed me is today the body of an adult male was discovered in the residence of Toshiko Shiraishi around noon. The man identified as Kankichiro Iwai is said to have been in relationship with Toshiko. He was unemployed at the time of his death. While further investigations are still underway, it's suspected that his death is connected to the recent serial killings in Honjo. Evidence on the scene may also implicate Mr. Iwai in the unsolved child abduction and murder case from last year. Okay, that definitely triggers Haruhi. Well, ma'am. It seems like we managed to settle one part of the kidnapping case for now. Let's begin discussing our next steps. Right. Next, what do we need to do to get our hands on a curse stone filled with soul drag? Seeing this. Well, nothing. Television. About the kidnapping. Judging by the official announcement, it seems that what EY wrote is likely true. With both kidnappers and young accomplice dead, the police should be able to handle the rest. Now it's over. I can't help but think how pitiful it all is. We never would have known a thing if we hadn't found the journal. Carelessness is what usually leads to crimes like these being exposed. It was pretty much the same with the Nejima murders. But stumbling across the answer by pure chance really makes you think. It makes my skin crawl to think of how many cases like these are left undiscovered. Me too. It certainly is disturbing. Well, with the kidnapping case all wrapped up, we can focus our efforts on obtaining the Rite of Resurrection, yes? Indeed. I'm counting on you. Remember, he doesn't want to kill, but he don't mind stealing a fully charged stone. About remaining curse bearer. Alright, let's reassess the situation. I must admit, I never expected the police to be on top of things. The Inspector Tetsuo Tsumi provided us with a good wealth of information. I'm surprised he knew so much about the curse bearers. Do you think they noticed I'm one of them? I'm pretty sure Ario didn't. The Chief Inspector, on the other hand, we have to be careful around him. But if he had suspected anything, I'm sure he would have detained us. We should stay vigilant moving forward. Agreed. Even if we steal a curse stone, you may not be able to successfully perform the rite unless you're a curse bearer yourself. Would you be okay with hanging onto the stone from now on? Of course. Just don't use it though, okay? Alright. If what we heard is true, there are just 3 curse bearers left to be discovered. There's the Whispering Canal, the Beckoning Light, the Taiko Tsugaru left to investigate. It may benefit us to visit the places connected to these stories a few times. I see. I'm still highly suspicious of people at the Hiyaku Soaps. They could be the one pulling the string. That Takumi Yumioka fella is probably aware of the curse bearers we are searching for. Tracking his movement may prove to be useful. You want to follow him? If we were to follow anyone, he'd be my first choice. But, damn it, times like this really have me wishing I had more personnel. I imagine it's tough working on your own. It's the plight of running a small business. I'm always on the hunt for skilled assistant. And then there's Nejima, who appears to be a curse bearer too. The one-sided read, I think it was. If you want to look for someone that's likely to gather a whole lot of soul drags, well, look no further. He did say he would unleash his curse on a large scale of people at nightfall. If he gets the chance to, if the chief inspector managed to track down Michio, then, well, there's a chance he'll manage to apprehend Nejima before he gets up to no good. You know, one thing I have in question right now? What happened to the body of Michio? But why did you tell the chief inspector about the safe house? If he hadn't had that lead? It was written in EY's memoirs. It was just a matter of time till he found out. Besides, we're talking about a massacre here. I can't just turn a blind eye. How different is it from any other curse bearers collecting soul drag? Well, if you're talking about Nejima, it could be a lot more dangerous. We just keep a close eye on Nejima and the cops. What about that girl from before, Ayame Tono? Do you think she could be a curse bearer? But there's a chance she could have gone and stolen someone's curse stone by now. That's possible too, but we haven't been to Midoricho Park yet. The place connected to the Taiko of Tsugaru. Alright, that's close where she lives. What if she was a curse bearer this entire time? She could have lied. It's possible. You will make her a brilliant actress to boot. The idea got me itching to investigate her again. That place is rather suspicious. If only we could run into someone there. Sir? Yes? Ah, that's right. Would you mind if you make a stop on our way? We can make it quick. I apologize for the diversion. I'd like to visit a candy store if possible. Huh? I suppose I don't mind. Why? Why does he want to go to a candy store at this point? Then shall we depart? From this part on, you will be given the option to finish investigation, which will allow you to immediately end this part. From there, you can continue on to the next part. You may also come back and restart this section from the point where you left off. There are some vending machines. You can buy canned juice for 100 yen. These days, vending machines sell a lot of things besides juice too. Ah! Whoa, no way! Jeez, you make me jump. That's Mockingbird number 14, Falcon Man! This guy's a real speed demon. Oh, is that right? It's kinda scary how you even know the exact number with just a glance. You know, I think this is where I stop, okay? Because, well, the thing is that we can finish the investigation, but there may be something else, okay? We are almost at the end. I'll say like another or two more streams and we'll be able to finish it. So I'll think I'll continue this tomorrow, okay? Because I do want to play Ryza as fast as possible. So on Monday is what I plan to on Monday is when I want to play Ryza 3, okay? And on I'm hoping to finish it by this weekend, okay? This Paranormasight, okay? So yeah, we've gone through quite a lot. We were stunned with a lot of information, but I think that's all for today, okay? So, well, actually, I have another stream later on with Triangle Strategy. I need to level up. Okay. So with that said, I'll end the stream here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Okay. If you like the stream, please like and subscribe.